This is a group picture of high school graduates of the year 1980s. This is a group photo of our Indian hockey team who won the World Cup in 1975. And this is our Indian men now. This is a group of college graduates from last year. Notice anything different between these two images? Look at the men now. Look at the pictures from the class of 2022. You don't see men, do you? Those are not men. Those are just boys. Humanity is facing a crisis right now. Men are getting weaker and weaker both mentally and physically. And it's all because of one thing: testosterone. Today, men are experiencing a decline in testosterone all over India. Over 25% of urban Indian men suffer from low testosterone levels. And it's happening to all men, including adults, young adults, teenagers, everybody. But why is low testosterone levels bad for men? Because testosterone is what makes men men. Testosterone is what gives us ambition, drive, and motivation in life. Testosterone is what pushes us to achieve, to win, to dominate. It's what gives us our masculine features. To take away testosterone from a man is to take away everything that makes him a man. And yet, that's what our modern society is doing to us right now. Modern society is making men weak and stupid. The evidence is right in front of us. Men are falling behind women in every profession and every aspect. According to Times of India, nearly 250 men died by suicide every day in 2018, a number that is more than double the number of women. As per All India Survey on Higher Education (AISHE), 27.3% female students have enrolled for higher education, whereas the number is around 26% for male students. Not only in academics, men are becoming weaker mentally too. The National Crime Records Bureau data for 2019 to 2021 showed that 1.18 lakh men had died by suicide, whereas the number is 45,026 for women.
In India, these suicide numbers are really high. 1/3 of the world's suicides by women are from India. 1/4 of world suicide of men are from India. And the increase in the suicide rate of men has increased drastically over the last few years.
And it's not just about testosterone. And it's not also about men or women. It's about survival. Approximately 10 to 14% of Indian men in metropolitan cities are infertile right now. Between the year 1973 and 2011, the sperm count in men has dropped by 59%. Meaning nowadays men have half the amount of sperm count our dads used to have. And Dr. Shanna H. Swan predicted and wrote in her book that by 2045, sperm of more than half of all the men in the world will go down to zero. This phenomena is called azoospermia. This means there will be zero viable sperm in a man's body. If you don't understand the seriousness of this matter, no sperm means no new life will be born. In other words, if you don't do something about this, if you don't learn what's causing this drop in testosterone and sperm count, the survival of human race is literally on stake. So in this video, we are gonna go through all the different things in the modern society that are making you weak and lowering your testosterone. Along with that, what you can actually do about it.
We turn now to male infertility. It is an affliction that many struggle with in silence, and we could be headed toward a crisis. Researchers have found that male sperm count has plummeted by 50% since the 1970s.
As men age, testosterone levels gradually decline, particularly over 40.
The main complaint I see as a urologist is a lack of interest in sexual functioning.
Soy was first brought in India by China in 19th century, and suddenly it became a very popular superfood. This simple little bean was very cheap and very high in protein. But soy also contains something else: extremely high levels of estrogen. If you don't know, estrogen is the primary female hormone. But when estrogen levels are high in men, it can lead to a whole lot of problems like infertility, low testosterone, low muscle mass, and weight gain. Previously, American farmers used soy to feed their cows because the high estrogen levels in soy made the cow very, very fat. Bigger and fatter the cow gets, more money the farmer makes. And as a result, the cow meat was also high in estrogen. And the milk produced by those cows were high in estrogen as well. So all the people who eat cow and drink the cow milk also had high levels of estrogen in their body. Not only for cows, it became a cheap form of protein for human consumptions too. Big food companies all over the world started to create their own cheap soy food derivatives. Things like soybean oil, soy protein and soy flour. Lay's chips were fried in cheap soybean oil. Fast food companies like KFC started to cook their chicken in soybean oil. But they didn't know that consuming all this estrogen on a daily basis had severe consequences.
So what is the headline stat there regarding testosterone in men? It's decreasing, isn't it, year over year?
Year over year, and more than half have either low normal or low levels. I've never seen anything like it. I've been measuring testosterone levels in my patients forever, and we're poisoning them.
But cutting out all the artificial food is not enough, because the next thing is impossible to avoid, which you consume daily: water. There is a medical drug that is used by millions of women every month: contraceptive pills. More than 139 million women in India used contraception last year. But here's the thing, only 10% of these birth control pills are absorbed in the body. The rest of the drug gets peed out from the body and then gets flushed in the toilet, which then flows to nearby rivers like Ganga, Yamuna and whatever. And then that water is sent to the water treatment facilities, which is supplied as tap water in your house. You would be like, the water is coming from water treatment facilities, so it must be purified, right? The problem is most birth control pills contain something called ethanol estradiol, which is a type of estrogen. And most water treatment facilities don't have the capacity to filter out all these chemicals. Not even the filter at your home is capable of filtering out all these chemicals. In 2021, there was a research done in Kentucky, USA. 7 different water facilities were tested and all 7 had artificial estrogen in their water supply. It was found that male fish that were swimming in this water full of estrogen developed feminine characteristics. And it's not just about the water you drink, it's also about the bottle that you drink the water from. Not even bottled water is completely safe, and these plastic bottles are full of something called phthalates. And these phthalates also mimic the effect of estrogen in your body. And it doesn't end there. Phthalates, parabens and APEs, these are other estrogenic chemicals that is found in pesticides and in almost every cosmetic, skincare and cleaning product you use. The new soap you bought, the new body wash you bought, all of them are full of artificial estrogens called APEs. APEs are the key ingredients that are used in soaps and shampoos, which gets absorbed right into your skin. And it's not just about men, it's harmful for women too. According to research, APEs can lead to abortion in women. Phthalates can also be found in perfumes. One study found that pregnant women who use perfumes had 167% more phthalates in their urine than women who didn't use perfume. This is why countries like China and Europe have banned these estrogenic chemicals. And meanwhile, countries like America and India doesn't seem to bother about these chemicals, because most of the multinational companies are dependent on these chemicals. Companies like McDonald's sprinkles an estrogen called azodiacarbonamide on their bread to make their bread more soft and tasty. There is a very harmful chemical called atrazine, which is used as pesticides for crops in India and America both. And atrazine is proven to cause low fertility, low sperm count, poor semen quality in male bodies. These estrogens can cause your body to develop female characteristics. This can lead to something called gynecomastia, which is a condition when men develop female-like breast tissues in their body, which is often called man boobs. Nearly 40 to 60% of Indian men are affected by gynecomastia. But it's not just about the products you use or the things you eat, it's also about the cultural and psychological factors that are leading to the downfall of men. Our society constantly keeps telling us that acting like a man is bad, and it's now considered as toxic masculinity when you try to act like a man. This video was more about the outside factors that are affecting your hormones and masculinity. Let's continue this discussion in the next video, where we go through all the internal and psychological factors that are affecting your masculinity. Till then, you can watch this video where I talk about how feminism has destroyed a company like Disney. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.